I ignored a text from a wrong number begging for help. 3 days later, I discovered it was my neighbor's daughter trapped in her kidnapper's basement. It was just another Tuesday night when my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Please help me, I think he's coming back. I don't know where I am, basement. Red door, please call police. I stared at it for a moment, annoyed. Another scam, I thought. They're getting more creative these days. I'd received 3 phishing attempts that week alone. Someone claiming to be my bank, another pretending to be a delivery service, and now this dramatic plea for help. I deleted it without responding and went back to my Uber show. The next morning, my neighborhood Facebook group was flooded with posts about 16-year-old Zoe Mitchell who hadn't come home from school. Her mother, who lived just 3 houses down from me, had posted frantic pleas for information. I'd seen Zoe waiting for the bus countless times, always with headphones on, always with a kind smile if we made eye contact. I scrolled through the comments offering thoughts and prayers, feeling that hollow sadness you get when tragedy touches your community but not quite your life. Then I saw her mother's comment with Zoe's phone number, asking people to call if they had any information. My blood ran cold. It was the same number that had texted me the night before. I immediately called the police, my hands shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. The dispatcher kept asking me to slow down as I frantically explained about the text I dismissed. They took my information but didn't seem particularly urgent, just another lead to follow up on. 2 more days passed. Search parties combed the neighborhood. Zoe's face appeared on local news. Boy's face appeared on local news. And I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't stop thinking about that text I'd ignored. What if she was waiting for help that never came because I was too cynical to believe a cry for help? And the 3rd day I was driving home from work when I noticed something unusual. My elderly neighbor, Mr. Peterson, who I'd always thought lived alone, was carrying groceries into his house. What caught my eye wasn't him. Minus it was his basement door, visible from the side of his house. I parked across the street and called 911 again, this time insisting they send someone immediately. The dispatcher tried to calm me down, explaining that they couldn't search a house based on door color alone. But something in my voice, minus the absolute certainty, or maybe the edge of hysteria, convinced them to send a patrol car. 20 minutes later, 2 officers knocked on Mr. Peterson's door while I watched from my car. He spoke with them briefly, then let them inside. 5 minutes past 10. Then suddenly multiple police cars swarmed the street, lights flashing. They found Zoe in a soundproofed room in the basement, dehydrated and traumatized but alive. Mr. Peterson minus quiet, unassuming Mr. Peterson who always waved at children and donated to the neighborhood fundraisers. Minus had been watching her for months before taking her. When they brought her out, her mother collapsed on the front lawn, holding her daughter while they both sobbed. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. All I could think about was those 72 hours she spent in darkness after I dismissed her plea for help. The detective later told me Zoe had found her phone hidden in a drawer while her captor was out. She texted the only number she could remember minus her mother's minus, but mistyped 1 digit. When no help came, the phone battery died, and with it, her hope. I've changed since that day. I answer every call, respond to every text, because I've learned that in a world full of scams and spam and digital noise, sometimes the desperate plea that seems least believable is the one most urgently real. Some people see inconvenient messages from strangers. Others see human beings reaching through the darkness. I know which perspective saves lives.